Today is a special day. We are actually going in front of a council, Tim.
Oh, John,
They
it's
said
exciting times.
They said it couldn't be done.
The Town Council of Greater Napanee meeting in Selby, Ontario, Canada. We are joining via a Zoom link.
That's very exciting because it would have been a real pain in the tuck if one of us had to actually get to Selby in these COVID conditions.
Are you excited about the whole prospect of it?
It's one of those things that didn't cross my mind, and then I was at physical therapy for my injuries.
Of course. How's that going?
It's look, I can do this.
Well done. You can do the YMCA again.
Now actual business people have to listen to it. Like actual real politicos have to sit there and go, wait, what the fudge sickle are you guys up to? And we get to go. We'd like to talk to Avril Lavigne, please. So we assume she is your king.
It's all pretty good, isn't it? How's that going? You're in LA searching for Avril. Have you any sightings of her?
No sightings.
So the first time you tried to find her, you found Bridget Nielsen. I mean,
it's happened a few times. Yeah.
Now, I mean, she's tall, as we know. Yeah. She's just a tall. She's tall. She's a tall person. I have another surprise for you, if you'd like it.
Yes.
I received an email the other day, which I was going to tell you about before our council meeting. And the email says, "Hello, Tim. I would like to introduce myself. I am Dave Pinnell Jr., and I am the councillor for Ward 3 of Greater Napanee, which includes Selby. Dave Pinnell Jr. has been in touch." I sent an email back saying, lovely to hear from you. I said, great to hear from you. Thank you for getting in touch.
It's great to hear from him.
It is. As I hope you've been informed, John Hastings and I have been generously supported in our project to try and forge greater links between the two Selbys.
And find out how Selby and Ontario came to be. Our task is made much harder by the international health emergency. That was part of the point. In a time when people had to distance socially, we wanted to try the opposite and forge new links, bringing people together who currently don't know each other. The Selbys share a name, but what else do they share? We would really like your help in finding people to talk to in Selby, Ontario, as we don't know one. We would like to talk to businesses, community groups, the next Community Theatre Guild, for example. Anyone who knows anything of the history of Selby, Ontario, school teachers, doctors, dentists, essentially anyone you feel might be able to assist. Please feel free to pass on my emails to anyone you think might be interested.
Man, you would have made a great bureaucrat, because you've said the same thing now 3 different times in an increasingly longer way, which is, as we all know, the language of the bureaucrat.
And then here's another surprise. He wrote back.
No, Tim!
Yeah. There's been quite a nice little email fun going on. Hello, Tim. Just a quick note to say that I have reached out to a couple of people in Selby, Ontario. Regards, Dave Pinnell Jr. So there we are. Just so you're in the loop.
So in our deputation today at the city council, because who's speaking at the council meeting? Because I think only one of us could. Is that correct?
I don't know. I mean, I assume we'll give it a go. I mean, I guess we try and both speak until they stop us.
And we say we're just looking for. We're basically explain the project, say what we're looking for.
Yep.
We appeal to the community.
Yep.
And we thank them for their time.
Yep.
Will you be dressed as the Pitten, sir?
Well, we did discuss this, didn't we? We thought we were trying not to scare them.
Yes, that's right.
We were trying not to scare them. We were trying not to look like clowns.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a stretch. We'll just have to do our best. What I thought I could do is I thought I'd have the hat near me. And then if they asked a question about it, or if they said, what does a Pittenser do, or anything like that, then I could pull the hat out.
Should I wear my hat of the hockey team that is beloved in that region?
I mean, I would say yes, although are we sure it's beloved in that region? What we don't want to end up doing is fielding questions about hockey. I'm assuming that's ice hockey, is it?
I don't acknowledge there isn't. It would be like referring to football as grass football.
Well, we have field hockey.
Yes, but field hockey is the springtime. Prepare yourself for the eventual
ice hockey.
Yeah,
got it.
It's hockey. It's not ice hockey.
Okay, they call polo knobs hockey.
Who? I want names. You're going to explain who you are. I'll explain who I am.
Yep.
Or do we not even worry about that? Do we just go straight in?
I think probably say who you are. I think it's a good thing.
I'm John.
Yeah. You're a Canadian.
I am Canadian. Very good point.
Very important.
And I'm an Ottawa Valley boy.
There you go. Very important. I think all these things are important.
Yes. I think I might try and work in a fun joke about I haven't been to Selby yet because the Tim Hortons is just a bit too far from the highway. And I got to tell you, they will enjoy that.
Yeah. Okay.
Seems like the kind of town that has a Drummond Gas. Are you getting any of these references?
No, not at all.
Drummond Gas is a very regional gas station emporium that is only found in a few locations around Ottawa and the Ottawa Valley region.
Okay.
What's even more stirring, I went to school with one of the sons of the family that owns that gas company. His last name, not Drummond. There
is that ice cream brand in India that's named after Hitler.
I'm going to need you to...
You know that?
I didn't know any of those. I didn't know any of the words you just said could go together and actually be a thing.
And the reason I know about it is because I was talking about it on stage because I couldn't quite believe it existed.
No.
And members of my audience have been very good over the years in sending me photographs. Whenever anyone goes to visit the area, they go to find Hitler's ice creams and send me a photo. As you say, Drummond's would have been preferable, I think, to,
yes. This reminds me always, and you can't go anymore because they finally replaced it, but in and around Montreal, Quebec, Canada, if you went into various Catholic churches and looked not at the front stained glass, but turned around and looked at the back stained glass, it would be of Mussolini, because Mussolini gave the Vatican its status of being its own country. At the same time, they were replacing the stained glass at the Catholic churches in Montreal. And the timing worked out where the only place in the world where Mussolini got this tribute was, I think, one or two Catholic churches in Montreal. And so for forever, and I never went, but friends of mine went. I learned about it in history class. You turned around and there was a giant Mussolini on a white horse. Jesus up front, Mussolini in the back.
Wow, that's a set of images, isn't it?
I don't know how we got from here to there, but I'm very excited for this meeting. I like that we have a man on the inside.
Dave, he's there.
Is he Dave or David?
He has signed himself Dave.
Good. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
So this is real progress, John. I'm feeling very excited about this.
I really like this. Now, let me ask you this. Have you heard anything else from any other email besides that email?
Other than the link for the meeting that I sent you? No.
Yes, I have the link for the meeting.
Englandshire opened up its COVID lockdown. That's what happened. So you can go and have a beer in a beer garden as of today. That's what happened.
I want to have a beer in a beer garden.
I did. I specifically went and had one today, just so I could tell you about it.
It is the best. It unites the entire country, much like we are uniting two Selbys.
Yes, indeedy. Nice linkage.
Thank you.
Well played. That's proper local. That was proper local radio link. I
was very pleased with that.
With the microphone stand as well. You look like you're itching to put on the Bee Gees or something.
Oh.
And coming up next on Local FM, we've got the Bee Gees.
The Bee Gees are a jerk because they put hooks into the intros, so you'll think that they're about to start singing. Because if you're a local radio DJ, you talk until the singing starts.
And the Bee Gees are really famous somewhere in Australia. I've been there.
A friend of mine once saw Joni Mitchell in a guitar store.
Wow.
But she was getting something else.
Okay.
Like my friend literally was like, "What the hell?" and like ran into like just.
Oh, wait a minute. Alanis Morissette's the one who always writes about murdering her boyfriend or something. Is that the one?
No, I don't know.
Oh, come on. Who is she? What is it? It's all falling apart here.
Alanis Morissette is ironic.
Oh, that's ironic? Right.
Yeah.
Isn't it ironic? Of course.
Of the famed Ed Byrne bit.
Well, I mean, presumably it's not ironic. Is that what Ed's point is that point he's making?
I mean, his bit's about 4 minutes long, and basically you just did the whole thing in about 1 second.
Is that what it? Okay, so it is essentially that he's picked up on the fact that the song is only ironic in that it's not about irony. Is that?
Yeah, it's okay. It's like rain on a sunny day, which is not ironic. Yeah.
No, it's just weather.
The Napanee region, not as forthcoming with the Avril Lavigne tribute, because I think it would make.
Well, here's a bit of interesting news. You know the Linux Community Theatre?
Yes.
Guess who did some early shows there? Avril Lavigne.
No.
So there is quite a strong link with Avril Lavigne in Selby, Ontario, Canada, it seems.
Oh, that's very exciting.
So, you know, in our episode 1, Dispatch 1, you were saying, you know, she's from vaguely near there. It now transpires she's actually, you know, she's been on the stage there. The very stage that we want to get you on is the one that she appears to have, like, she's been on that stage. I was quite excited when I found it out. I thought I must tell John that.
I'm re-excited by all of this. Dave reaching out has just made my year.
Oh, it's made mine. Great. It's great. Very excited about it.
I very much made the effort not to think what happens if none of these emails are responded to.
Well, I was worried by that, as you know.
Yes.
I was very worried by you in Dispatch 3 saying, if nobody gets back to us, this project is in real trouble, was exactly what you said. And I remember thinking after that, he's right. We don't actually have anywhere to go. If nobody gets in touch, that is sort of the end of this. We are going to struggle.
Also, do we know when in the meeting we're going?
No, and it is scheduled to be 3 hours.
I will be here. I will be sat diligently.
Speaker on, camera on.
I don't want them. I want to reveal myself. But I think what I would bring this up is, but I think one of us should have our camera on at any time, so it's showing that we're representing in solidarity. So if you need to turn your camera off, you let me know. I'll turn my camera on.
Okay, I'm going to be shattered by the end of it. I mean, it's starting at midnight.
I know,
and it's scheduled to go until 3 a.m.
There's no way it goes till 3 a.m. The Ontario's in the midst of a lockdown.
I know, but for me it was 3 a.m.
No, I know, but for them it'll be 10 at night, which is 3 a.m. in rural Ontario. You've never been to rural Ontario.
No, but I've seen the length of their meetings. You can see them on the YouTube channel.
What could they have been discussing? This is fascinating.
That's what we're going to find out. Will you, in a 4-hour council meeting, Tim, need some sort of liquor? Well, let's find out, shall we? I mean, by hour 3, if I'm swinging off a chandelier.
I was going to say that if you start drinking, I, in solidarity, will also start drinking.
And yeah, it's like lunchtime for you.
It would be
just to help you out, Tim. I'm going to get whammed at lunchtime.
Yeah, it would mean that I would be starting drinking at, let's say, if you start right when the meeting starts at 4 p.m., I'll be getting wazooked.
And now we go over to John and Tim. Hello. It's lovely here.
I'm actually very good.
Well, it's all going to kick off, isn't it? In a few short hours, listener, viewer, in a few short hours. John Hastings and I.
The next video you will see will answer the question: did Tim start drinking? Did John start drinking? Are you going to have a nap between then and now?
Do you know what I'm wondering if I do?
Nap sofa.
You're going to need to phone or something.
I would just ring.
Mess it up.
If you are in London and you're taking intercity trains, you better pray it's leaving from Euston or King's Cross.
I don't know. I like Victoria.
You like Victoria?
Something about Victoria. Yeah, and then Paddington, of course. Come on. What's not to love about Paddington?
So much not to love about Paddington's a great station if you are like staying in Paddington, but if you are going anywhere but that Bakerloo line, it's an absolute train wreck.
I like Paddington.
I mean, Paddington's got the bear, but I'm a Euston man through and through. Euston.
It's got the bear.
But Euston, you're
great film.
I mean, aren't you in Paddington?
Paddington 2. Yeah, great film. Yeah. It's a great film, people. Get behind it.
I think I found that out because I was on a plane and someone was watching Paddington 2, and then I saw your face and I was like, no.
Yes. I'm the bad guy. So Hugh Grant is the main baddie and I play his granddad.
Tim, I will see you at the Selby Town Council meeting. Very exciting.
Let's end the Dispatch recording and then we'll pick it up again when we've done this very exciting meeting.
Seeing none. Presentations. No presentations this evening. Deputations. We have Tim FitzHigham and John Hastings from the Canadian UK Selby podcast project. Brianna, can you bring our deputation in, please?
Yep, they should be in 2 seconds.
Okay, thank you. they've got a long way to travel to get here. Good evening, gentlemen. How are you this evening?
Very good. How are you?
Oh, just fine, thanks. Welcome to our meeting this evening.
Thank you so much. So nice to be here.
I will, whoever is speaking, your volume, if it can come up just a little bit, would be nice, please.
Sure. How's that? Is that better?
Much better, John. Thank you so much. So you have council and staff before you, and I will let you go ahead with your deputation, if you would, please, and thank you. It looks very, very interesting.
Tim, do you want to start?
Certainly. Hello, good evening. It's midnight here in the UK, so it's very nice. Thank you very much indeed for having us to your council meeting. Yes, I can see Mr. Deputy Mayor is showing me it's definitely not midnight where you are. I can see that. A very conscientious council you would be, I would say, if you start your meetings at midnight. It's lovely to speak to you. John and I are very, very thrilled that you've kindly let us come. We are embarking on this project that is being generously funded by the British Council, the Arts Council, the Canadian Consul de l'Arts, and the Canadian High Commission in the UK. The project is to attempt to unite the two Selbys, Selby in Yorkshire, England, and Selby, of course, as you know, in Ontario, in Canada. The entire project came about because there was a mix-up at the box office in the theatre in Selby in Yorkshire, where somebody tried to book a ticket for a show in the theatre in Selby, Yorkshire, from Canada. And the box office manager thought that was a very long way to come for a show. And it then transpired, obviously, that he was trying to book a ticket for a show in Selby, Ontario, Canada. And we thought this was such a lovely event, a happening, a fluke, that we wanted to try and follow it up and see if the two Selbys shared more than just a name. The Selby in Yorkshire certainly doesn't know how Selby in Canada came to be at all. And so that's one of the things that we're trying to find out, is how you got Selby, how Selby started in Canada. And then we wanted to try and open a dialogue between the schools, for example. I think both of them have got schools. I think both of them have got churches. I think both of them have got theatres and theatre groups. Both of them have certainly got doctors, dentists, businesses, and generally just see where the dialogue went. And see if those links were lasting, and maybe even start dialogues between the two councils, Selby Town Council in Yorkshire, and of course yourselves in Canada. And that really is what John and I are trying to do. We want to make it a really positive project to show off these two brilliant places. Selby in Yorkshire is a small market town with a very large abbey that it has to somehow fund. A huge grade 1 starred listed building built by the same stonemasons that built Durham Cathedral shortly afterwards. It's a huge Norman structure in which King Henry I was born. John, do you want to say a bit more from your end?
Yes, I was just going to say that this sort of drew me to this project of sort of making podcasts and sort of detailing our sort of journey of bringing these two towns together, or learning or educating both Selbys about each other, was especially in the time of COVID, where no one can be connected. Someone from the Ottawa Valley who then lived in England for many years and is now stuck in the States, can be doing a project and creating something that is very near and dear to my heart and about where I grew up, but with someone who's hundreds of, thousands of miles away. And I just think that that's a very fun, cool angle. And I'm just excited to, get to know more people in the community and move forward from here.
Absolutely. And so the purpose of this evening is to really just throw ourselves on your mercy and your good offices, and ask for help, ask for assistance, ask for who you think we should talk to, and whether there are people that you know that might be able to help us in our mission, in our quest, and generally try and start the ball rolling in the plan that we're trying to achieve.
I thank you, Councillor Pennell. I'll go to you in just one second. I thank you very much for bringing this forward. It's to me something that is not just COVID interesting, but interesting all over. To have two places with somewhat similarities. Now, certainly Selby has a church. It's not quite up to what maybe the size of yours is, but I'm going to let council ask some questions and then maybe give some directions as to the way that we'd like to go. Councillor Pennell, please.
Thank you, through your worship. Hello, Tim. Hello, John. We've been corresponding.
Hi, Dave.
Hi. We've been corresponding back and forth on email. First of all, I'd like to apologize about my hair. It's not normally like this. But in these dark times that we have, the Greater Napanee has the Spirit Awards, and I've been nominated for the best COVID hair. So I might as well play it up and play the part and do this. But I just want to say what a pleasure it is to get in contact with you guys. And I have reached out to some residents in Selby. Hopefully they're watching this council meeting tonight, and I'll be touching base with them again tomorrow. And after they've listened to you and see where we can go from there. So the ball has started, let's say like that.
Phenomenal.
And that's the best I can offer to you right now, but at least we started something. And I sure appreciate you coming here and talking to us, especially at the time of the day that it is where you are. And John, sorry, you're in the US. Whereabouts are you?
I'm in California, so I'm in LA.
Oh, perfect. Fantastic.
Yeah. So it's happening at thank you so much. It's so nice to be there, even though it's digitally, but hopefully one day it will be in person.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you, Councillor Pennell. Any further comments or questions, Deputy Mayor Kaiser?
Thank you, Your Worship, and hello, Tim and John. A couple suggestions. The Lennox and Addington Historical Society. They are searchable through Google, although all you'll get is a post office box mailing address, but they have a wealth of knowledge. They do produce newsletters. They have photos that cover the entire county. Certainly Selby and the surrounding area would be included in their data and knowledge, and I would invite you to reach out to them. The other one that would be a very key and very tech savvy group is the Lennox and Addington County Archives. So through the County of Lennox and Addington, the Museum and Archives has a very deep searchable archive, and they do have dedicated staff who work there on behalf of the county. So we are a two-tier municipality that underneath the province of Ontario, and the county is the upper tier, Greater Napanee is the lower tier. And so the county has all that depth of knowledge. And those are two key spots. You may find some really good information, and certainly the Historical Society is mostly volunteer run, but as such are very dedicated and passionate individuals. And I think you'll get a really good start or supporting info there as well.
Brilliant. Thank you.
That sounds really helpful. Thank you for that. I'll get Googling on it and see what we can do. That'd be very exciting.
Anything further from council? And I certainly hope too, on behalf of council, that there can be some interaction between the two councils, which makes it very interesting too. Politics is politics is politics. So it always sort of brings us together. Selby has, through COVID, has been a great, their small church that's out there has been a very virtual church, bringing things to a lot of people. So I would think that Councillor Pennell, that might be another good contact. And the Selby School, which unfortunately our school is on a shutdown right now. We're not just sure how long. They're actually on their spring break, but we're not sure when they're going back. But I'm sure that we can find lots and lots of contacts. So again, and I have to ask John, you're from the Ottawa Valley, John, which part of it?
I'm from Ottawa proper. So I grew up in Westboro in Ottawa and then went to.
It's almost the best part of the valley. I was born in Renfrew, so that that sort of trumps it. Sorry.
That's all right. Yeah, Renfrew somehow is more Ottawa Valley than Ottawa is in the weirdness that is the valley. Yeah.
It is. And you're back in another valley where you are now.
I know, exactly. Yes, very close to San Fernando. Listen, I'm just hoping to get up to you guys' neck of the woods this summer if the lockdowns can cease. Yeah.
Well, on behalf of council, I thank you very much for reaching out. You've got a great contact there with Dave, who can steer you, and I'm sure that Deputy Mayor Kaiser would also push you on to the historical societies, which are very active here. And of course, we do things digitally, so there'll be all kinds of history. It's very, very good looking. I see Deputy Mayor Kaiser had his hand up, and then I'll go to you, Councillor Pinnell.
Just one final comment I wanted to say to Tim. I just want to say hello to Lily, your chicken. I'm a chicken farmer. I have about 33,000 layers, and so I know chickens and eggs. I don't know if that would qualify to be a pittenser, but I think that's pretty cool. I was reading about you today, so good on you. Thanks.
33,000 laying hens. Goodness gracious me. That is a lot of chickens. Yeah, I have enough problems with three, just three of them. They cause me enough problems. But every year I have to, there's an egg that gets the Selby town, the crest painted on it. And that's the one that I take to the service in the Abbey once a year. This year, the service went ahead, but I joined it by Zoom like this, and was on a screen in the Abbey because obviously of the regulations in the UK. But then they wired me into the sound system at the Abbey, so I was able to do my little speech via the sound system.
Cool.
And there were no monks once again, so I kept the eggs.
Yeah. Councillor Pinnell?
Thank you, Mayor. Guys, I cannot give you 33,000 names. That's just not going to happen. I can't compete with the deputy mayor that way. It's just not going to happen. But definitely, we'll be working behind the scenes here too to help you Google, if you will. But we'll send you some links and names and whatever we can to help you out here. And you know how to contact me. And please, I know that there's a time difference, but I guess for right now, email is about the best way to do that. And sorry, I just got a message here. I'll have to read that in a second. I'm not quite sure what that. It was just something about some staff names too that we might be able to get you as well. So direct contacts as well.
Brilliant.
Yeah. So yeah, it was fantastic. Nice to put a face to the names, and maybe the next time that we see each other, my hair will be cut, and I know the mayor will be happy about that.
I think keep the hair.
Yeah, I think it's dynamic and interesting. It gives you, it sort of feels like, it's a city. Are you city councilor? Are you hosting a game show in the 70s? It's a great look.
Yeah.
That's well, with COVID and everybody is bringing back their high school pictures and stuff, right? Well, here it is. I even dyed it, so it looks like it was when I was 17.
Perfect.
Great.
The only request that I would have is it would be great if through Dave we could get the contacts at council, so that we could send off a note as a council to them saying that we were happy to welcome you into our meeting. And I'm sure that you can put that through Dave, and he'll put it through me, and we'll get all of council to send out a note.
Wonderful.
So
yeah.
if there is nothing further from council, I would look for a motion to note and receive, and then hopefully move forward with something. Moved by Councillor Pinnell, seconded by Deputy Mayor Kaiser. Further comments or questions? All in favor of the motion? Motion is carried. Thank you. And thank you, gentlemen. And I guess good night.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Lovely to talk to you all.
Cheers.
Thank you for listening. Take care.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Perfect. On to 5.2. That's pretty exciting to have something like that happen, all because somebody placed a request for a ticket in the wrong Selby. 5.2, we have Mr. Chris Wager coming in.
What a meeting. So many things that we came in. They deputized us right away. We found out about a historical society we never would have found because we didn't know that there was more than one tier to that municipality.
Well, I didn't quite understand what it meant, but it sounded important. So one of the councillors said that Greater Napanee or Selby is a 2-tier place.
Basically, what it means is
you understood that.
Yes. So the government, there's two regional governments.
Got it. I get it now. That's why I had a different name. Got it.
So it's a smaller, bigger.
And they're the smaller one, and the Lennox and Arlington is the bigger one. Is that?
Yes.
I understood that. Okay, got it. So it's like Selby Town Council and Selby District Council in the UK.
Exactly the same. It's the exact same. They literally had us right away and then basically told us to leave their town council.
That was good because I don't know how helpful we would have been to item, parking.
I was
the mayor and you getting on like a house on fire, born in the next door villages to each other as it transpires. I enjoyed that.
I mean, she did. I see how you picked that up. I was born in the city and she was born in a town, good solid 45 minutes drive away. But in Canada, that's close. And Renfrew is very much the Ottawa Valley, while Ottawa, even though it is in the Ottawa Valley, not as much.
And the nice man has upped my chicken count quite significantly. The deputy mayor seems to be offering me 33,000 chickens to choose from for my eggs.
Yeah, it looks like that you may get not only free chickens, but Canadian strong Winters chickens.
Yeah.
Wait a minute. Is it possible that we could, you could receive a Canadian chicken that could then hatch the egg you then use the next time you are
Monday, Thursday?
Yeah.
I don't know how you import a chicken.
But we have at least one mayor on our side.
Yep.
The more mayors you have, the more the merrier.
I think we could say we've got two, John.
Well, we have the mayor and the deputy mayor, but we have
and the mayor of Selby in UK.
That's 3 mayors. You can import a chicken with 3 mayors.
I'm saying that's pretty good, isn't it?
Yeah, if you have 3. I mean,
3. I was just going to make a joke about horses, but I'm not going to go. I'm not going to go there. I'm not.
Yeah.
The meeting was too exciting for me to.
I couldn't believe that it was done. That's what I was like. What? Because I was literally strapped in. I have like 3 waters here, because I thought that they were that we were going to be here for a long ass time.
Yeah, I think it was nice of them to have us up so early. I was so tired. And they were very sweet about that, I thought. And they seemed enthusiastic. I loved the man's hair.
I love the man's hair as well. As soon as I saw that, I went, we're in good hands here. This is going to be just fine. Well, because what we're going to do is we're just going to rip the YouTube video.
Oh, yeah. Clever.
So the last dispatch they saw, and then that, and then this, they're going to,
let's hope we can do that. That's brilliant. We need information. Yes. Was it founded by 2 Viking father and son duo simultaneously or not? It's
How many birds were used to found Selby, Ontario?
Correct.
I'm exceedingly happy about that. The mayor was jazzed about it, because what would we have done if the mayor didn't want to be part of it? You know what I mean?
I think it would have been a bit more tricky, but luckily she did seem to want to play, which was great. And she even was saying it would be nice to talk to Selby Town Council.
So exciting. I'm overwhelmed. Well, what are you going to do with the rest of your evening now?
Well, I mean, it's nearly 1 o'clock in the morning. I don't know. Might have a little party on my own. Sparkly change of clothes.
Yes.
Book and bedtime. I have actually got a book that I'm looking forward to read because that's very exciting.
Is it about Selby?
No,
Yeah.
it's
Is it
about the Elizabethan era. I enjoyed that meeting enormously. Oh, you should have smoked a pipe. I mean,
That's
really,
true.
why didn't you do that?
Yeah, I
That is
just
a-
realized this would have been a nice one.
That is a missed opportunity right there. Have you taken up pipe smoking? Is that your COVID? I had one that I blew bubbles out of once.
Oh, I want to do that. That'd be so. Yeah, makes me feel like I'm a cool man in the 60s.
That's what the whole project was about. It was all about making new friends. And I feel that we've made some new friends. And
I think
that's
we have.
really exciting.
It's so exciting. I can't wait. I'm looking forward to this. I really want to
I got
know.
the sense that if we went to Selby, Ontario, Canada, me and you, to do a show, that the mayor would come.
I
And
think
the deputy mayor would come.
I'm going to go
And Councillor Dave would come.
one step further. I think we get invited round for tea.
I wondered that too. I think we could be. Yeah, I think you're on the. You've hit the thing on the head there. I agree.
Nail, screw.
The nail. That's it. The screw. You don't hit a screw, do you? I wouldn't hit a screw.
I do. Oh, I'm literally going to go stand on my roof and think about what's just happened. Oh, I feel like a giant weight off my shoulders because I'm like, oh, we actually have a way forward. I just can't get over it. So exciting. Well, Tim, you go change your clothes, pick up your book, have yourself asleep. Cheers, mate.
Yeah. Lovely to see you, John.
Lovely to see you. I wonder what happened now.